I completely forgot that after Thursday comes Friday. Hey there, welcome back to Love Lauren. I'm so glad you're here. A little new background this morning because I forgot that today was Friday. And so yesterday I didn't think was Thursday. My week's been all just very skewed. And so this is the place with the most natural light in my house right now. And so new location. But I'm glad you're here. And today I'm going to be talking about how I went from fourth grade teacher to full-time photographer and videographer. There are so many parts to this story, but I will try to keep it brief and fill you in on the journey that led me to this. While I was going through middle school and high school, I was always that friend that was just taking lots of pictures. I was gifted a few digital cameras growing up and then made a big girl purchase of a camera with interchangeable lenses. It was an Olympus pen. I don't even know how I found that camera, but bought that camera. I remember taking lots of artsy photos of my friends, my family, and my dog. And I even was asked to take one of my friends' senior pictures the summer before our last year of high school. And so, after that camera, I jumped to a Nikon D3100. And so I thought I was hot stuff. But that was kind of the first camera that really got me my first job. So after my freshman year of college, or during my freshman year of college, one of my youth group sponsors, who was a senior at Northwestern, asked me to take her engagement pictures and her wedding pictures. And so this is the wedding that started everything off. So Danny and Alex, thank you so much for asking me to do your wedding. With what she paid me, I used all of that money plus some to rent 3 lenses that I thought I needed for this wedding. And throughout the day, not only did I take some pictures, but I also took some video and I put them together in a little slideshow for the couple as a little wedding present. And so I posted that on social media, I think, or on Facebook. And the next summer, I had a high school friend who was getting married, and she asked me to just do her wedding video. And so that was in early May. After that wedding, I posted that on Facebook. And that summer, I think I had maybe 4 to 5 more weddings that I did video for just from posting that one on Facebook. This was all during my college experience at Northwestern, where I was studying to get an education degree. And so after college, I got a job teaching 4th grade in southeastern Iowa. And while I was teaching during the week, I would then on Friday drive back to Northwest Iowa, shoot a wedding on Saturday, drive back to Oskaloosa on Sunday, and then repeat those weeks. And it got to be a point where I was so exhausted. I was exhausted from everything. I didn't have time on the weekend to plan and prep for my teaching week, and then during my teaching week, I didn't have time to edit all the things I had shot on the weekend. And so it got to be a point where I was just really overwhelmed and kind of questioning, something has to give here. I can't keep doing both of these things at the same time, full time. I'm going to jump back here to my second year of teaching. So I joined a small group in Pella, and our first night of getting together, I remember we sat around and we did this little game. We were asking each other questions, and my question was, okay, I have to go get it because I still have it. Just a second. Sorry, I thought I had this paper, and I have it somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But I was asked a question, what is something God is telling you right now that you're kind of pushing off to the side, or something along those lines? And I didn't even know these people very well in this small group. And I just kind of laid it out there. I was like, I dream about doing photography and videography full time, but it scares me, right? So I just kind of threw that out there. I'm pretty sure I cried a little bit to these people I didn't really know very well. And so that was the first time I'd really spoken those words out loud. And it's a day I look back at and think big things happened in my heart that day. God was really working on me, and those people in that small group were some of the most like encouraging people to like make me make that jump. It's easy for me to look back right now and want to tell that Lauren who was struggling with the doubt and, oh my gosh, should I quit teaching and do photography and videography full time, to just do it. But I remember, there were so many things going through my head then. I was doubtful that I would have enough weddings, enough seniors to make a living, to make enough money to live. I was scared. My parents are both teachers. My sister was studying to be a teacher. And so there's this whole expectation of this is what you studied in college and this is what you're going to do. I thought I would maybe let my teachers and my coaches and my coworkers down. There was just so much doubt in me, and it was so hard to even think about that. And then I was a single adult, single young female who didn't have a husband's salary to kind of fall back on if I wasn't able to make ends meet. And so it was really just such a scary time. I remember, so my third year of teaching, I taught for a total of 3 years. And in my last year of teaching, I remember it very well. I was sitting watching The Bachelor by myself in my duplex. And I saw this photographer that I followed for a long time was offering a workshop, and I always wanted to do it. And I saw the dates, and it was the dates of this workshop in Virginia were the middle of August. Those dates would have been the dates I had to have been in my classroom in meetings or working on my classroom and getting it ready for school. And I just bought a ticket. And that was my excuse, kind of you're not teaching next year. And I remember buying that and just thinking like, okay, like I'm doing this, here we go. And then I am here now. This will be my third year of not teaching. So I did 3 years of teaching fourth grade. This is my third year of being full-time photographer and videographer. And wow, it's been such a blessing. I exited the classroom the year of COVID, and I just feel like it was such a God thing. I know I could have handled it, but wow, I think some of the, other than medical professionals that have had to deal with this head on, then there are teachers, and having to navigate what that looks like in your classroom, online classroom, trying to teach your students. I just feel like it was such a God thing to get me out of that classroom and to do this full time. But now, then instead of teaching during COVID, I was running a small business, my own business during COVID, but still God provided so many opportunities. I only had to refund one wedding in 2020. Otherwise, I shot all of my weddings and all of my seniors, and God just really, it's a testament to his provision and keeping me afloat. And during a really scary time, but God has provided every year. Every year I think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough weddings. I'm not going to make enough money to live. And every year, for the past 3 years, God has been like, actually, no, I got you. And so, it's just, God's been taking care of me, and it's been so awesome. I know there's someone watching this right now who is struggling with a dream and chasing a dream, and maybe you're wanting to make that dream a full-time job. And I just want to encourage you, it's a really scary thing to continue pursuing something that may or may never be full-time. Everyone has a different story, and my story was I know that I needed to teach those 3 years after college, and I needed to learn about myself and to learn about this business and this industry before going in full-time. So everyone has their own story. Wherever you are, God has placed you there for a very specific reason. And for me, 22-year-old Lauren would never have guessed that this is where 27-year-old Lauren would be. So thank you for making my dreams come true. And I just want to encourage you to keep pursuing yours. Thanks for watching Love Lauren. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.